So question for you, does running slower make you faster? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Does running slower make you faster? What is up everyone? Just enjoying a nice easy evening tonight with my kids. Paisley and Adam, say hi. Say hi. And that has inspired me to make a special video talking about easy running. So let's dive in and let's talk about what an easy run is, how we can use it in our own training, and why it's important. All right, so what is an easy run? So the simple definition of an easy run is any run that can be done at a conversation pace. Meaning, if you could carry a conversation with someone while you're running, that's an easy pace. One way I love to think about it is if you could sing happy birthday while you're running, that is an easy pace. Now, why is an easy pace so important? Because your easy pace should be the majority of your miles. You should spend more time running easy than you do any other pace. Easy miles is where you get the most gains and you get the most benefits from. So mathematically speaking, there's also a few different ways to determine what exactly is an easy pace. So one way that I've seen people talk about it is your 10K pace plus 2 minutes per mile. So if you're running, 7-minute miles, thanks Paisley. If you're running 7-minute miles, add 2 minutes to that, that should be about what your easy pace is. So another way to figure out your easy pace is to use your heart rate data. So if you take your max heart rate and if you run between 55 to 70% of your max heart rate, that's usually pretty close to your easy pace range. And that could get a little bit more complicated just because we're all a little different. So my max heart rate is different than your max heart rate. So my easy pace heart rate should be a little bit different than yours is too. All right, we're going for a walk now. So as I was saying, easy pace for me is I rather go off of feel, not so much of specific pace or heart rate. Now I know that may rub some feathers, rub some people the wrong way, but that's just kind of what I do. I tend to try and avoid, the complicated stuff. It's just running. Keep it easy. The joys of parenting. Now we're inside. Now, where were we? Now, like I said earlier, easy pace varies from person to person. What's easy pace for, the elite marathoners out there is very different than someone who's training for their first 5K. So here are 6 things that affect easy pace. So number 1 is weather. So being here in Florida, humidity is a huge factor in what feels like an easy pace. So here's a story for you. So when I lived out west, I was living in the mountains of Utah, running up and down mountains, living at high elevation, but a very dry, arid climate. Before I moved back to Florida, I was in probably the best shape of my life. And I thought, I just qualified for Boston, I'm running well, this will be easy peasy. Coming back to the flat grounds is not a big deal. Boy, was I wrong. So I moved back to Florida in the dead of summer. It was the end of June, beginning of July, basically 4th of July. And went out, tried to go running, mid-morning like I would out in Utah. And I quickly realized, something doesn't feel right. And for a while, I thought it was my watch. I legit thought my watch was just not working because I was in a new climate. I kept looking at my pacing. There's no way I'm going, 8:15 or 8:30 pace when I was used to training at 6:45, 7 pace. And, that went on for a couple weeks and nothing was really changing. And I thought, why on earth is this happening? And I realized after a while, it was the humidity. The dense, heavy air in Florida, to me, is a heck of a lot harder to run in than high elevation. The second thing that affects easy running is fatigue. Now, I want to differentiate between feeling tired and feeling fatigued. Feeling tired is what kind of we all feel like. I have 2 little kids that make me tired. I work all day. That makes me tired. Whereas fatigue is kind of like a whole body just blah. You feel lack of energy. You feel heavy. You feel maybe sometimes you feel weak. To me, that is fatigue. Number 3 is nutrition. If you eat well, you run well. If you eat like crap, you will feel like crap. And that affects your easy running. Number 4 is mood. Now, everyone's a little different, but have you ever heard the saying, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile? Well, our brain works the same way. When we're angry or upset, it takes more energy to be upset than it does to be happy. The 5th thing that could affect easy pace is what time of day you run. Now, personally, I run early morning, and I've noticed that when I run early morning versus when the sun is out, my pace is a lot different. I don't know what it is about when the sun comes out, my pace tends to be a lot faster than when it's dark, like I'm running in the morning. I don't know if it's just because subconsciously I can actually see where I'm going. I don't really know. But I just know when I run in the daylight, my easy pace is a little bit different than when I'm running in the morning. And number 6 is overall fitness. Now, if you're just starting out, or maybe you're coming back to running after some time off, your easy run probably doesn't have much wiggle room between what your normal running is. And that's okay, because the more you run, the greater aerobic benefits you're going to get, and your easy pace will be able to become a little bit more determined, a little bit more distinguished than when you're just starting out. So question for you, does running slower make you faster? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Does running slower make you faster? And later this week, I'm going to answer that question in a new video, and you can find it right here. So if you've made it through this whole chaotic video, thank you. I don't know if you can hear my kids screaming in the background. It's been one of those days. But remember, make your easy days easier, your hard days harder. Run safe, run smart. Be sure to drop a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and answer that question. Does running slower make you faster? And we'll see you guys later this week.